pleasure to introduce Congressman Randy Weber, a man who is behind the effort that we're announcing today, the House Resolution 1148. Please welcome Congressman Weber.
Wow. She said it, didn't she? 40 years of terror. Isn't it about time that it ends? About time that it ends, you betcha. Well, good morning, freedom-loving Iranians and fellow patriots. I know many of you have heard me speak before, but today I'm particularly happy to be here with y'all as we take another great step, giant step, we say in Texas, forward to fight against the tyrannical regime in Tehran. For decades, we have suffered under the regimes of the Ayatollahs who have reveled, absolutely reveled in destabilizing the Middle East. Madam Rajavi talked about that, quite frankly. They are intentionally spreading chaos throughout not just that region, but I would add the world, in fact. Over this last weekend, we saw their evil intent on full display this time. Instead of hiding behind their proxies, which they have used for years, Iran directly attacked Israel from its sovereign territory. Ladies and gentlemen, this is totally unprecedented. Totally unprecedented. This was manifestly an outright act of war. So the timing in our resolution is most fortuitous. I'm proud to have introduced this resolution along with 145 United States representatives, both Republicans and Democrats alike. Can we give them a hand? See, we Republicans and Democrats can work together. So let me tell you, we are condemning the Iranian regime's internal suppression of its own citizenry, its sponsorship of global terrorism, and its involvement in what heretofore has been called regional proxy wars. But they've come out and they're doing the attacking themselves. For far too long, the people of Iran have endured the oppressive rule of a regime that has absolutely disregarded their basic human rights and stifled those aspirations for freedom and democracy that live and dwell in the hearts of people everywhere. The Iranian people have shown, absolutely have shown time and time again that they yearn for a brighter future where they can enjoy the fundamental rights and freedoms that all individuals deserve. So the Iranian regime started, it's ironic, I guess, the Iranian regime started sham trials in absentia of some 104 veteran members of the Iranian resistance who are primarily based in Europe, including in France and Albania, to create a phony, all of this to create a phony legal precedent against them and then have them extradited to Iran or to justify terror plots against them and their families. I tell you what, this ignominious regime's survival hinges on its oppressive domestic policies and its international terror campaigns. And we're intent on that regime not surviving. Are y'all with me? We don't want them to survive. The anti-government protests sparked by the death of one Masha Amini. By the way, I think she was 22 years old. September, she would have been 23. This coming September. It underscores the anti-government protest sparked by her death absolutely underscores the Iranian people's desires for freedom away from tyrannies, tyrants that would do such a thing as that. The involvement of Iran's President Ebrahim Raisi in numerous atrocities, both past and present, including the 1988 massacre and the suppression of 2019 and 2022, cannot be ignored. They only further highlight this regime's brutality. These tyrants, as y'all all know, routinely, systematically, and arbitrarily suppress ethnic and religious minorities, including Iranian Kurds, Baluchis, or Arabs, Christians, Jews, and even Sunni Muslims. They don't discriminate against anybody. They get them all. They go after everybody. They deprive everybody of their fundamental human rights, often culminating in execution. So, I applaud all those who are demanding an end to the totalitarian regime and seeking a form of governance that derives its legitimacy from the people, not from basically an unelected single party. Y'all agree? I need y'all to agree. So we recognize a future as envisioned by the National Council of Resistance, and we applaud the leadership of Ms. Maryam Rajavi. Now, let me ask y'all a question. I was over there last year. I got to meet with her personally. How many in here have actually gotten to meet with her? A few of y'all have. She's the real deal. She's determined. She's what Iran needs. Are we going to stick with her? Come on. Following Ms. Rajavi's lead, the resistance 10-point plan for the future of Iran calls, as y'all all know, for the universal right to vote, free elections, a market economy, and it advocates gender, religious, and ethnic equality with a foreign policy based on peaceful coexistence with a non-nuclear Iran. That we can't stand for. So to ensure that we don't have to send our soldiers to Iran to confront the regime's terror campaign, the right policy is for us, the United States, and nations everywhere to support the uprising daughters and sons in the resistance units in Iran to bring about regime change themselves. Y'all with me? Come on. Now, more than ever, we need to stand, the world needs to stand with the Iranian people against this tyrannical regime as Iranians seek for freedom. We need to stand with them. We condemn the godless mullahs who symbolizes the head of the snake of war and terror. The snake of war and terror. The escalating turmoil in the Middle East, particularly since October the 7th, 2023, demands immediate action. The rogue regime needs to be overthrown immediately. Truth of the matter is, it should have been overthrown a long time ago. We missed an opportunity in 2009. We missed some other opportunities. The rogue regime should have been done away with a long time ago. Now, more than ever, the United States must support the freedom-loving citizens of Iran who have spent decades and not a little spilled blood, in fact, death, who have spent decades, their own blood and their own lives, trying to eject these murderers, get them out of power in Tehran. So I know all of y'all know that. I just want to say thank you all for being here. I want to say thank you to all of our colleagues who have co-sponsored this important resolution. I'm going to leave today with this thought. Stay the course. Stay the course. Let us never waver from the goal of a democratic, secular, and non-nuclear Republic of Iran. Thank you very much.